Hello and welcome to Frank's School. Here's the third video today. This is going to be the last. I'll talk about the Europe trip, I think, before I actually go on it. I'm going to leave here Sunday morning. I'll stay with my daughter in Washington, D.C. Sunday night, that's the 13th. I'll fly out on the 14th. I'll fly out. I'll stay overnight the night of the 12th. I fly out on Monday the 13th. And then I'll arrive in Lisbon on the 14th, Tuesday. That day, I want to go to two museums, if I can. I want to go to the Museum of Folk Art, de Arte Popular, because they have a section on Minho. It's organized by region, and I want to go there, and I'll probably film. That'll probably be a case of details of the museum. I also would like to go to the Museum of Water, the Water Museum that they have there. I've never been to that one. The other one I have been to once, if I can, but I need to do both of those in time to then still get to meet the foreign language exchange partner that I'll meet at 3. So that'll be a big day. I'll be tired, of course. I have to find the hostel and get them to keep my backpack. I don't want to carry it all day. I will if I have to. All right, then that's so I'll stay that night in Lisbon. Wednesday, Shirley is going to arrive. I'll meet her at the airport just before noon, 11:30 or so, and we'll go back to the hostel, find her accommodations, and then go see the city to some extent. That's half a day that she'll get to be a tourist. Thursday is going to be her day to be a tourist. I like these cats, but I don't want them zooming the camera by shaking that stand. That'll be her day to be a tourist in Lisbon. We'll go to Lisbon and also probably out to Sintra, which is near Lisbon. We'll get what's called a Lisboa card for the transportation, because we'll probably be all over the city that day, and we'll stay in Lisbon. Friday, we're going to go out to the airport and rent a car. We've already made the reservation. I think at 10 o'clock is when we leave, and that's going to be a big day. We will try. Shirley wants to see the ocean. I don't care so much about the ocean, but she wants to see the ocean. So on our way north, we will go to Nazaré, and right by Nazaré is Sítio. These are on the ocean, to be sure that she gets to see the ocean. And we'll go to the forest of Bussaco. And that, a Mata de Bussaco, I was near it once, I think, and there's where we're going to really start filming water, and it'll be water maybe for spirit, maybe for joy, probably not for work. But we got to make it then all the way to Viseu. Well, that's a big day, but we can do it. And Viseu may be a surprise. When I lived in Brazil, I worked with craftsmen, and I think Viseu is a place where there are a lot of craftsmen that sell their stuff. I don't know. So much to learn. So the next day we'll end up in Braga, which is north of Oporto. Oporto is the city that everybody knows about, port, wine, and all. But that's going to be via Lamego, and Lamego is a place with a Baroque stairway. We're going to see at least 3 Baroque stairways that have water coming down the middle and huge stairways that go up. The really big one is Bom Jesus do Monte. That's the really famous one, but this also is very big and very famous. But we'll make it to Braga, and we should be able to do that. Sunday, once again in Braga, we're actually going to be at the same place 2 nights. And that day will be devoted to going around Minho and studying farming, Minho farming. There is a pedagogical farm in Braga, a farm meant for teaching, and I really want to see that. I love that idea. But it was only open to the public on Saturdays and Sundays and holidays. So that's one of the reasons we had to plan the trip the way we did. Then on Monday, well, by this time we're going to be into Spain. A Guarda is on the coast of Spain. It's near Pontevedra, but it's smaller. Pontevedra is a bigger town, and that would be the obvious one to stay at, but A Guarda looks good. On the way there, I think we'll maybe go through Monção. That's going to be a Monday, and Monday may be their dia de feira. That's the day of the fair. I would really like to see that economic system again, where once a week, or in this case I think it's once every 2 weeks, there's a fair. Now it has nothing to do with the fairs in the United States. These are the fairs which are basically the backbone of the economy. I'd like to see that. And we may that day see Folon and Picon, I think, are the other one. This is a location where there are some 17 mills right in a row coming down a mountainside. It's near Aguarda. If we don't see it Monday, we'll see this on Tuesday. That's going to be water as work. Tuesday, that night, we will stay in Opino. And on the way, we'll see there's a Celtic village near Aguarda, the ruins of one. It's quite famous. And also Finisterre, if we can. That means end of the earth. End of the earth. Shirley wants to see the ocean. I like the ocean okay too. But anyway, that people had thought that was the end of the world when they went on the pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela to see the remains of St. James. They would go on sometimes, and in the Middle Ages they thought that was the end of the earth. In fact, it's not. I mean, it's not even the westernmost part of mainland Europe. That's Cabo da. I can't think of it now, but it's down by Lisbon. Cabo da Roca. Cabo da Roca, I think it is. Okay, Tuesday. Now, this night we're going to stay in a hostel that was made out of a mill just like José's mill, bigger. It was made bigger. It was adapted into a hotel or a hostel, and we're very excited about that because from what it's called, if you wanted to research any of this stuff, it's called Da Pena, G-O-Da. Pena is the family, and if you would look at that and you would look at Opino, you could find their website. Okay, Wednesday we're in José's hands. Opino is very close to Santiago de Compostela, and José, that's where he lives. It's up to José. But no matter what, we want to go to his mill, which is very near Opino, and at a place called Gonzar, or near Gonzar, and we'll measure the mill, we'll film the mill. Hopefully we'll get to speak with José and some of his family, and maybe others. I would love to have a chance to meet some local people there and try out Galego, or see if they understand my Portuguese. Friday we have to head back. By that time we have to start back. A big day again. We'll leave. If we do it all, we'll go to Orense, which is in Spain still, Galicia, and then down through the Parque Nacional Gerês Peneda, or Peneda Gerês, which is the only national park in Portugal. And there's where, that's the headwaters of the Minho River. And we'll go from the headwaters of the river all the way down to the ocean. And, where am I? Esposenda, I guess that's how you say it, is right near the mouth of that river where it comes out. Small, again, it's not the obvious place to stop, but there's also a restored Celtic village there. Well, that's going to be a chance to go back through Minho farming, all the way from the headwaters, all the way down to the end of the river, and makes me very excited about that day, but it's going to be a very big day. And then 25th, now this would be Saturday, and back to Lisbon. And we'll see. At that point, I told Shirley, I'll leave it up to you. This has all been my plan. Almost all of this has been my plan, and she's just helping. But if we can agree on it, there is a botanical garden in Coimbra that I usually find you don't go wrong going to botanical gardens, especially if you like water, because they have to have a good water supply. So we may go there. Coimbra is one of the big obvious cities to visit, like Oporto, but this trip is not about cities. All right, well, that's kind of it. I'll see you tomorrow, but probably nothing more about this trip until I'm back. Thanks for listening.